You are welcome to another session at the Way Edu Consult, and we want to continue with the notion of concord. You are wonderfully welcome to another session of the English class, and we've been considering commonly misunderstood expressions or words in English, or what you could say. Some of them are fixed expressions which are not supposed to be used another way around. And at the end of this class, you should be able to identify the commonly misunderstood words or expressions, discuss their appropriate usages, and give examples of their usages. I will start with the seventh one, which will be the first for today. We took the first six in the last class. Regarding, with, or in regard to, regards, as regards, regardless of. Now let's start from regards. As regards. Use as regards when you want to talk about or write about a particular subject. For instance, as regards the formula for the topic, people still complain of its complexity. Here, the formula for the topic is not something new to the audience or to the student. It's just a restatement. It's just like maybe the second mention or the third mention. So you use as regards something already known or assumed to be familiar to the audience. But if it is about the first mention, you have regarding with or in regard to. And that is when you want to introduce the subject matter or what you are talking or writing about. For instance, regarding or with regard to or concerning your recent inquiry, I've sent the list of ordered items. So here you are just introducing, you are just mentioning it to the person for the first time here. And you have regardless of, that is not affecting the principles. And no matter what to do, in fact, you can use it in another way, like by saying no matter what, if you do anything, this one cannot change. So we have been commanded to sack all workers regardless of their title or position. Regardless of their title or position, that is regardless of, no matter what. That is what it means. Regards is used to send good wishes. Good wishes to someone. Like you have, my wife sends her regards. My wife sends her regards. So regards there will be a form of good wishes. I believe you are following me in the class session. Instead of should be followed by ing verbs. Instead of singing this morning, Ben was complaining about his problem. Instead of praying, he was complaining. So that is what you use. So you have instead of followed by ing verb. Now we have the verb to be or be verbs. They are 8 in number, but the emphasis or the ones applicable to what we want to discuss in number 9 are the first 5. The ones are the first 5. So you have am, is, are, was, were. Now this verb to be or be verbs, when they are followed by used to, it means to experience something that is no longer surprising. That thing continues either in the present or to something that continues in the past. So, and that thing is no more surprises. Just take note of that thing, that thing has become an habit to the point that it's no more surprising. That's the main thing about it. I walk to school every day, so I am used to it. I used to walk to school every day. That means in the past, that thing was in the past, but I stopped. But when you have I was used to walking to school every day, that means the regularity of the past in the past is no more surprising. Take note of that. However, the use of used to that is not preceded by these be verbs or verb to be, like the example I just gave before, the last one now, means something that happened regularly in the past but no longer happens now at present. So it's no more happening at all. So the emphasis is not on the regularity and the surprising state, just like you have in be there plus used to. But used to alone means the thing was regular in the past, but no longer happens now. So you used to go to the market. Maybe now you have someone who helps out to go to the market. Number 10 is in furtherance of. Take note of the collocation in furtherance of, not on furtherance of. And it means to act or process of helping something progress or be done. Students are advised and encouraged to use the library in furtherance of their studies. In furtherance of their studies, that is, to continue or to progress in their studies. Now, number 11, we have some now examples that they are examples of uncountable nouns. And when they are used as uncountable nouns, they don't take the plural marker or plural inflection S. You consider them as single entities, not as things involving plural. Although you may have items within them that are plural, but you don't consider that. For instance, you have information, nothing like informations. Advice, equipment, nothing like equipment. Furniture, although you could have items of furniture, but furniture is furniture. Luggage, singular or countable. Baggage, singular. No plural forms for these words. Water, you have it used as uncountable. Oil, ammunition, etc. They are regarded as uncountable nouns and they don't take S. The next one is circumvent and circumspect. Circumvent means to avoid something that restricts you in a clever or dishonest way. Take note, something is restricting you, something is hindering you, or you consider that thing as a problem, then you avoid it in a dishonest or clever way. For instance, the company opened an account abroad in order to circumvent the tax laws, in order to avoid or to even evade the tax. That is circumvent, to avoid something, especially in a dishonest way. While the other one is circumspect, and it means to think carefully before doing something in order to avoid risk. Think carefully before doing something in order to avoid risk. This one is not about avoiding consequences by doing something negative. Rather, it's about avoiding evil. This one is about avoiding evil in general. For instance, the president of the student union was usually circumspect when dealing with the media. You know, as common with many media personnel, they may take just an expression for what you have said and use it as headline, which might mislead many impatient readers or many impatient listeners in as far as media reports is concerned. So circumspect means you are dealing it with wisdom, not talking too much in that condition. Number 13 is no choice, no alternative, no option. Take note, when any of these is used, it is followed by to, but to, not than. Are we together? Not than. For instance, I have no choice but to kill the dog. Don't say I have no choice than to kill the dog. That will be regarded as unacceptable. Students have no option but to listen to their teachers. Don't say students have no option than to listen to their teachers. That will be incorrect. Number 14, I want you to study this collocation. When you use scarcely, and then you now have some words coming in between it, and then you are not to use an appropriate word after those words, you go for when. Are we together? Go for when. Scarcely, when. The same thing with no sooner. After no sooner, you're going to have done. When you have hardly, after some words, then you have to use the next one, like form of a relative pronoun there, you use when. Not only, you are going to use but also. So, you are going to use that. Let's see the examples below. Early had the lecture begun when the students entered the class. Do you see? Early and what? When. No sooner had the rain started than we left the house. Don't pick that. That looks more acceptable within our local context. But the correct expression there is than we left the house. Ben cannot only sing, but also dance. Those are the expression. Please take note of those collocations as you have that. Next one, which is also projecting the collocation, is prefer. When you use prefer, when you prefer something and then you want to compare it with another thing, you are going to use to, not than. Again, take note of that. So you have something like, I prefer walking on foot to driving a car. Although this is a poverty mentality. I prefer walking on foot to driving a car. But the emphasis of what we are picking from there, not actually the example, is prefer and to. Don't say than. Don't say than. But for me, I would say I prefer driving a car to walking on foot. But take note of the words prefer and what? To. In the next class, we're going to continue with more of these rules. I told you there are hundreds of these rules. We'll be taking them one after the other as you continue. And I hope and I believe that they are going to help you in your various examinations. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.